Before getting the COVID vaccine, I did a lot of independent reading away from news and everything about the development of the vaccine. And I did have an underlying fear of symptoms, but I had none to display.
I wasn't ever nervous about it. I know that the scientists have been studying this for quite a while.
Did I have concerns about it? Well, yeah, like everybody else, because it's new, right? I mean, we all have questions.
One of the questions that has been really important in the last couple of months, especially in the communities that I work in, and I work primarily in the African American community, Latino community, and the asylum, immigrant, and refugee community. Those communities have the very same concerns and reservations that I had from the beginning, which are, is this a man-made virus? And then therefore, is it part of the larger conspiracy that always negatively impacts communities of color? Is this vaccine really going to make a difference? And why should I put something else into my body when I don't really know what it is? And the third thing is the whole issue of how has medical apartheid and the impact of racism and oppression negatively influenced the healthcare community. And so all of those things continue to be a part of what I discuss with people in my community, because it is very disconcerting.
I was never really any concern. I had no concern about reservations, I should say.
So I decided to be a part of the Moderna study. And it was scary, but I told myself, okay, if any obstacles happen on the way to getting the vaccine, then I know that it's not meant to happen. And it was a smooth journey there. Everything went good. So I told myself, I'm meant to get it. I'm meant to have this happen.
I didn't see anything for me that was religiously or morally objectionable. So looking at the health benefits, I decided that I needed to get the vaccine and protect myself, because I do suffer from type 2 diabetes. I was finally fully vaccinated with the Johnson & Johnson vaccine in late February of 2021. And I have no side effects whatsoever. I've had worse side effects from getting a flu shot or a tetanus shot. No rash, no swelling. It was just like getting a saline injection. It was very easy, and I really didn't expect that.
One of the ways that I stopped any reservations that I had about getting the vaccine was to work and volunteer in places where people had vaccine hesitancy. And I was a hand holder. So if you were afraid to get the vaccine, I would be a person who would sit down next to you and I would hold your hand while you got it. And then I would check in with you. I encourage you that if you're nervous about getting a vaccine, to know that there are places where there are groups of people who are getting the vaccine at one time, and to go to those places, because they oftentimes hand out food. They oftentimes have people like myself who are hand holders. They oftentimes make it more of a village scenario than it is you by yourself going into the doctor.
I did my homework and I would attend the seminars that the doctors would have on explaining how things were working, how they developed the vaccine. I read up a lot on it and did my own little bit of research that I could. And like I said, I wrote down my questions and asked all of them. And I was okay after that, because I had to put my trust in science and in the medical community, and go from there.
I talk a lot about really confronting what your concerns are and what is the reality. And so what helped me overcome this is recognizing that, one, by taking the vaccine, you reduce your chances of being hospitalized in an intensive care unit. Number two, you decrease your chances of dying from the vaccine. And those are very important factors in this discussion about whether or not one should take this vaccine.
The good thing about a study is I think you can always ask for them to follow you. to see how you're doing with the COVID vaccine. And I think that is very helpful in them conducting on, you know, if people had any side effects or what was that like. But I also feel it gives a little security because somebody's with you on your journey to see how you do and follow through with you. And after the first vaccine, you know, I felt fine. You know, I didn't have any problems. The second vaccine, I felt a little fluish, but I was okay, and it was only for a day. And I talked to my medical doctor about it, and she says it's better to be, you know, to have a little symptoms for a day, she said, than to have the severe effects of COVID itself.
It appeared to me, with all the information that I had received, particularly the CDC, that it was safe to do, and I did, and it was simple, and I felt much better afterwards. I had no side effects whatsoever.